Welcome back to Art of War 2 Global Confederation, and welcome to the second mission. Our base is situated too close to the adversary's base. One cannot be chooser among the Amazonian selva. We have to build all the necessary facility as soon as possible and be ready to meet the challenge. My guess is the enemy won't take long to show up. Now we have a machine factory. The rebels are aware of our appearance and are sure to have prepared to meet us. Approaches to their base may be littered with mines. We should take great care. Objectives: build a base, destroy enemy base. Yes, we will, in fact. So here it's just build a base, destroy enemy base. Very good. So let's do just that. Let's get... I could get more command centers, but I'm not sure I want to do that right now, because, as mentioned before, there's like a building limit. And while it's nice to have additional funds, we have to see how essential that actually turns out to be. Let's get one bunker here. And then maybe another one. And maybe like here. Yeah, that should be good. Then I'd also like another generator here. I'm not gonna build too many generators because I can actually upgrade those. Let's instead get machine factory here, technology center. Can't actually afford any of these here, but soon I'll be able to afford a technology center. Just one more trickle of money here and we'll be all good. Come on. Thank you very much. And you can be set up like here or so, because I don't need you at the front line. Very good. So let's wait a little bit here, because I don't have much of a money trickle right now. How much is a headquarters, actually? Command center is 700. Not actually that expensive. But yeah, still not something I can afford right now. Pillboxes are being set up here. We actually have some vehicles to start with here. That's very good. That is very nice indeed. I can almost afford a machine factory here, but not quite. I did actually need another generator here. Not right now, to be honest. But, oh well. How much is another command center? That doesn't cost any power. I guess that's nice. You, however, cost 3 units of power, which is quite a bit. Let's build this here. Let's go through the research projects here. We have an energy suit, which is kind of neat. So that one here, I think, increases regeneration. Then we have like a, yeah, they enhance your armor for the whole infantry by 2, which is nice. I've got the biosuit here, enhanced firing rate. A lot of these are self-explanatory. We can get flamethrower guys going and whatnot. So let's not worry about that right now. Let's keep an eye on what we have here, which is lots of enemy troops. My troops here are going to move out there. They're fairly aggressive in that regard, which is a bit unfortunate, but that's just how it is. Let's get another machine factory going right here. There we go. Now, actually, what I do want is probably reinforced generator here, because that increased production of energy by 30%. That's pretty good. So the important part here is not that you save money here building less generators, but that it effectively extends your... Nope, didn't mean to do that, sorry. That effectively extends your the amount of buildings you can have. That's the important part. Then let's see. Afterwards, I could maybe do another bunker. I'm not sure. Maybe I should just build vehicles here instead. I could get another HQ so I get money a little bit faster. But I need to save up for that a little bit as well. In case you're wondering, units do regenerate too. Not super quickly, but you can get something like the biosuit to think the second buff, I think the energy suit or the biosuit, or I think the biosuit, that one might be the one that increases your regeneration rate. What do you have here? More few here. That's not super tragic right now. It's a decent amount of forces though. Have to keep an eye on this bunker here. Before. You know what, since I have a decent amount of firepower down here, so maybe you just come up here. How about that? Yeah, that might be an idea. Because this bunker is not quite half dead. 2 factories should generally be okay. Not sure where you're going, but yeah, whatever. Should have built that other bunker a little bit further. Yeah, I know this can still do some support here, so that's good enough for me. Okay, let's get the money rolling here if I can. Can build another HQ. If you can't build more structures, I think the line is like, oh, you're not authorized to use this, which is a bit odd because it makes you think that the technology hasn't been unlocked, which is not really the case, but whatever. So next, so we've got various tanks here. We've got the AV-40 Fortress, we've got the T-21 Hammer, we've got the T-22 Zeus, and we can also get this guy here, Flamethrower. Is there any reason not to build the most powerful vehicle? Probably not, if I'm being entirely honest, because how many can I build here? 20. Because you have a strict-ish unit limit, which I think is 20 units, and you also don't want to control too many units because controls are still a little bit fiddly. This bunker here is regenerating too, which is nice. So generally, you want as much firepower with as little hassle as you can get. So I'm going to spam these guys here like there's no tomorrow. Let's see, any research I want here. So we've got infantry express training, incentives. I think that actually gives me more money. Yeah, I think that's the one. Yes, 50%. That's actually pretty good. I probably want that. Maybe I should have gotten that before I started pumping out tanks, but I also need more defenders in the south here, so... And now I get more money because I've got 2 headquarters, so I should be able to afford this in the near future. Yeah, this is a single barrel tank, this is a double barrel tank, of course. Because why wouldn't it be a double barrel tank? And that was a lone infantryman, and now he's dead. Yeah, I think I'm still getting money faster than this one factory here is. There's actually a shadow on the health bar. I was wondering, I thought this guy had already lost half his health here, but no, it's or her health, maybe it's a female pilot. But no, that was just an interesting graphical choice there. Okay, yeah, let's wait until I can afford the bounty, because I think that would be a pretty good upgrade to have. And you can take a bit of a step back, because you should at least be far enough back that the bunker here will actually shoot at something. Still getting money faster than I'm spending it. Could use a second factory, but I want to save a little bit of money for upgrades. Okay, everything's cool, so we're almost there until I finish the next vehicle and then spend some more money. But that's fine. What's happening here? Everyone is getting themselves ambushed in the jungle here, which is not great. You just come back over here, okay? Thank you very much. Let's see what I can... No. There we go. Could get that research started before the tank was finished. Very good. So I think I'm just going to go to the maximum here and then assault the base. Probably fail because they'll have a lot of base defenses. So there's only so much I can do about that, because once you have the maximum of units, that's kind of it. So you can't really expand from there. And you can't build enough buildings to have any sort of like base creeping. So otherwise, of course, you can actually extend the build radius of your HQ, but I don't think you can like build enough buildings to crawl all the way to the enemy base. That strikes me as unlikely. There we go, that as well. Communication system. This one here, I think, yeah. Don't really need that, to be perfectly honest. Reinforced. Okay. This is kind of nice, I guess. This one here, what does that do? Have your assault or damage capacity increased by 40%. That's maybe not so bad. Armor piercing bullets here. That's maybe also not so bad. Chance rate of firing of the assault. Okay. So I'll have to admit here what qualifies as the assault here. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure here. But anyway, what I am sure about is that you here should please take a step back as usual. There we go. Thank you very much. And then let's see. I think this might just be assault infantry actually. Not, but then... But you know what? This is so cheap. Just get it. Whatever. How about more of you? Very good, very good. You know what? I'm just gonna move out with you here. Because I might be able to just clear out some troops that are on the way to the enemy base, so it might be a good-ish idea. They did mention mines. I'm not aware of any mine detection mechanics or whatever, but it's always possible that there's just like flavor, or they just mean that there's like danger in the jungle or whatnot. Okay, you please kill all these very light vehicles, which will not be able to do anything about me stomping through that jungle here. Okay. Let's see how things are going here. Here we go, here's the walls. We found the enemy base. That's great, I guess. Let's just destroy some stuff and see what happens. They've got bunkers here as well. Bunkers are not super great against heavy vehicles, but they're pretty tough structures. So it's not going to be easy to destroy all of these here. So let's just have these guys here hang around a little bit while I go back to base here. And you here, come over here please. You here too, and you'll also be sent over there. Let's see whether anybody's left in that previous assault group, which may or may not be the case. We'll see. Hey, there we go. Still destroying stuff because the counter's going up. Okay, here we go. We're also losing units because counters... Oh, no, not that counter's going down, but you know what I mean. Okay, come over here. 10 of you, that's pretty good. You here are heavily damaged, and they're rebuilding their factories here, but the next troop's already underway. And there's still a fair amount of bunkers left here, but I think I'll be able... You know what, you're just going to get yourself repaired. Never mind. It's all good. Who even attacked you there? I'm not quite sure. Is it this guy here from that distance? I'm not sure. But whatever. Yeah, the bunkers are pretty tough, which I guess they should be because they're bunkers, but what's not tough are the rest of the buildings. They don't have a whole lot of health. They go down pretty quickly, which is why I'm not super worried about them being... Yeah, that building admittedly was just being built up, but yeah. Please kill these towers here. There we go, factory's gone. Anything left here? No, just more bunkers. And time to blow up the HQ here. They basically have all equivalent buildings. Even the HQ doesn't really last that long if you have this amount of tanks. And here we go. I think they should... Whatever they do, they're not going to recover from this. Oh, no power. Oh, that's unfortunate for you. And there we go. General, senators on the line, sir. General, I succeed to talk the Supreme Headquarters into conducting flash spotting of the territory. I've got just one shot so far, but it's enough to realize how serious the threat is. I'm sending you a file. Received. Open already. Goodness. I've warned you that without intelligence we are putting our head in the lion's mouth. Done everything I can, General. Okay, we have no time to waste on idle talks. Judging on the shot, there are 7 more bases of resistance and much more serious than the one we've destroyed so far. And from all of them, forces started advancement into the mountains a few hours ago. The rebels have deliberately allowed us to go down their territory in order to go over the Andes unchecked. I'm afraid you're damn right. Believe that their main objective is Lima, the capital of Peru, and the neighboring major port, Callao. We cannot allow the rebels to get to the sea. Supposedly, their comms will go through Huánuco. This is the shortest way to Lima. You must get there earlier than the rebels. We will do everything possible, Santa. You can go back and rule Dune, the desert planet. He looks a little bit like Emperor Frederick, but I guess he's just like an old guy with a beard and silver hair. Don't waste your time, General. The Space Control Center has already allocated several satellites, so we will have the most clear picture of what is going on. The Supreme Headquarters have realized how serious the situation is. We're going to get reinforcements, but no one would bet to arrive before you get into action. That is why we'll have to play it off the cuff and fight to the last ditch. Good luck to you, General. Captain Rogers asking to put him through at once. We are marching out, Santa. Clear. Put me through to Rogers. General, the officers captured in the operation gave away that the rebellion leader, Miguel Monteros, is on the northern base of the rebels, near Tiruntan village. The base is situated on a riverbank, on marshy lands, and is well guarded. We are much more likely to draw Miguel out into our hands than to restrain this huge army. It is not wise to rely on this untrustworthy information. It could be another trap. In order to lure us deeper, we should split up. The main force will advance to the west, to the mountains, and you, Captain, with a group of infantry, will carry out the capture operation. And there we go, that was the second mission. My rank has been raised to Lieutenant General. And here we go. That wasn't too bad. I would just recommend to be careful what buildings you build, because you probably want at least 2 headquarters to get a nice flow of income and 2 factories just so you can pump out tanks a lot faster, but otherwise not too big of a deal. And actually it highlights how macro focused this game is, with your base planning really being at the forefront here. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care and goodbye.